Oh, shit. Shit. Fuck. Cock. Piss. What else? It's a lot of bad words. I just don't like cussing so much because I feel like I'm lazy when I do it. And nifty little setup I have here is very portable. The reason I am going live is because I wanted to tell everyone about the podcast that I do have. Right now, I'm in basic Edgar mode. I mean, I'm usually the same fucking person each time. But I've had a podcast for about, I want to say, maybe 6 years already. But I didn't really get into it and get really serious about it until just maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It's called the Ed Namrok Podcast. I'll tell you the origin of the nickname and all that shit right now, but I tagged the actual page on this post, on this live feed, and I really don't care if anyone sees this shit, but I just wanted, there's some people that do care and that will later watch this video and find, oh shit, he does have one, and this is how it came about. Now, everyone's always asking, like, why do I do a podcast first and foremost? Well, I do a podcast because I really don't have, I don't know. I really don't have that type of, I want to say niche or niche, however you want to pronounce it, with my friends and family to discuss different things at a level that, you know, I can openly be myself. It's kind of a crapshoot because you're probably wondering, well, you can't be yourself around your friends and family. Believe it or not, I am most of the time, but if you know me very well, I tend to offend people very quickly, very fucking quickly. I've been like this since day one. Everyone that's known me for this long has known that I'm pretty fucking straightforward and I don't give a fuck. I don't know how else to I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to sugarcoat it, but I don't. That's the problem. And that's why I do a podcast, because it's uncensored. It allows you to be yourself, unfiltered, and you could give a fuck about what anyone thinks and just go ahead and say it. Now, I do video with it. Yes, I do. But the majority of the people who I know listen to it, just listen to the audio. I'll later go on and publish this on the podcast, so that way my listeners can actually enjoy what I just kind of explained here on my personal account. But nonetheless, I do it because I love it. I love to fucking talk shit. I love to express my mind. I've been like this forever. I have never changed. I have never made any fuck you, Gabriel. See, there you go. That's the interaction I'm waiting for. But shout out to Gabriel. Big Bad 86 from SHS. Probably the greatest receiver of all time, in my opinion. But anyway, I do it just because I love it. There's really no fucking money involved in this shit. I mean, I bought my own equipment. I bought this mic. I bought this stand. I have my own computer. I set up my own accounts online. I get distributed on all fucking different channels, on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, on Google, on Anchor FM, which is my main one. But a lot of people I've been curious, and I think there's a little bit of reluctancy with some people wanting to do this shit because they don't know where to start. But before I go into, I hate, first and foremost, let me just make this myself clear. I hate talking about myself. I really do. But need be, I have to use myself as an example. So that way people who do want to do a podcast, one, are not afraid to fucking do it. Two, can put a little bit of money aside to buy the necessary gear to do so. And you don't have to do video like I'm doing right now. You don't have to. I usually do video if I have like multiple guests, for example. That way they can see who is interacting and put a face to a fucking voice. But bottom line is, do it because you love to do it. Don't do it because you're following a trend. I started doing it just because I've always been that way. I started a long time ago out of curiosity, and I liked it, and I kept going with it. And I didn't do it. There was no money. There's still no money. I did it because there's a love for talking shit. Seriously, there's a love for talking shit. And a lot of people are afraid to speak their mind a lot of the time, even because, oh, my employer might see this. Look, if you're in a position where you can't say shit, then you have to change your alias and you got to be a little bit more discreet. But I understand that, dude. And here's the thing. I am fucking anti-censorship. As long as you've known me, I have been that way. That's why you get the snowflakes. That's why you can't see the word retarded. That's why you can't see the word faggot. That's why you can't see the word fucking cunt. I understand, dude. It's a different fucking world now. I grew up in the 90s where we can talk shit all we want and not have anything to deal with. But fast forward, everything's a lot more sensitive. There's no more fucking absolutes now. So I refrain from saying that shit now because, one, I like to stir the pot in a different way, not in a fucking ratchet ass fucking insignificant way. I like to stir the pot with something that's going to create discussion and pretty much challenge the level of intelligence with people. That's why I started doing a podcast. That's why I have a love for it. That's why I continue to do it. I need to do it more because I have people that have complimented me time and time again that they want to see me do it. And it takes time, first and foremost, and it takes some not too much effort, because if you're a natural at it, you just spring on and start fucking talking shit. But it takes a level of, I guess, energy to keep up with this. Like right now, I have the right window to do it and capitalize on this opportunity. But nonetheless, okay, so I started this podcast maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. Everyone asks, what the fuck is Ed Namrok? Okay, first and foremost, Edgar, that's my name. As all of you know, this is my fake book name, Jonathan Rosales, which is my brother from another. Shout out to him. Because I notice I get a lot of ads thinking that it's him because I have him all over the pictures too. And quite frankly, this was our band personal profile for a long time. But your boy keeps getting fucking booted off Facebook for this very reason, for being a very outspoken. And I've been called a provocateur, but I am far from being anything like that. Leave that up to Milo Yiannopoulos and Ben Shapiro and all the people that pride themselves in doing shit like that. I am neither of that. I am just a regular fucking dude from East LA, living in SGV, wanting to talk shit and create discussion. That's it. But Namrok, everyone keeps asking me, what the fuck is Namrok? What is Namrok? Okay, so a long time ago, I played in a band called Headmine. And I have to make this public because this is the only way to explain it. One of our bandmates' girlfriend was caught cheating on him red-handed. And of course, we have the brotherly bond and want to have each other's back. So we decided to write a song about her, kind of like a heartbreak song. But this wasn't no heartbreak song. This is more like a fuck you, bitch type of song. But it was one of the most prolific fucking songs we've ever written. To this day, I can still play it on guitar and drums and sing the whole thing. But the girl's last name was Croman, Kroman. Her last name was Croman. Now, I didn't want to name the song Croman, so I flipped the words back. I spelled it back or in reverse. And it's spelled Namork. And that seemed kind of cheesy. So I'm like, oh, let me flip the O and the R. which is Namrok now. Now, where did the name stick? It didn't stick so much with Headmine at first. The name stuck with all the other bands that I took the song with me after Headmine. Headmine had pretty much had disbanded and was no more. But I took the song with me on every other band that I played in, and every single band gave me that nickname because that was my favorite song to rehearse. And Namrok. And then before I knew it, my peers started calling me that. And then before I knew it, people from work started calling me that. And then I'm like, okay, well, it kind of stuck. So that's what I'm going to go by. And at first, Namrok was my producer alias, kind of music industry name. So I would introduce myself as Ed Namrok everywhere. And it kind of stuck. Everyone calls me Ed. Everyone calls me Nam. Everyone calls me Namrok, whatever. My peers obviously know me as Edgar. My longtime peers know me as Bledsoe, Carlos. I have a ton of nicknames. But nonetheless, that's how the nickname came about. Now, how did I implement that into podcasting? Now, easy. I stuck with the name. I didn't change it. What wound up happening is I discovered how to upload how to get your podcast distributed to iTunes first and foremost. So I did that, and then I did it with Google Music. So that was a couple Google searches and then a couple YouTube videos to kind of find out how to properly do it. And there's like maybe three steps to actually accomplish all this, and you can do it easy. But then I discovered Anchor FM. Now Anchor FM distributes your podcast to all major podcasting platforms. And I noticed that when you subscribe to the feed, there's a little icon on the upper left-hand corner that's the Anchor FM logo. That's how you know what feed you're actually subscribing to. Because I have two feeds, but they're both the same. I maintain both in case somebody, because the Anchor FM feed came later. I had the original feed, my RSS feed at first. I know a lot of this shit I'm talking about is kind of going over people's heads, but nonetheless, check it out. That's my main objective. Just check out the podcast. Hit subscribe, and then you get alerts. And then every time I upload a new episode, you'll get the notification on your phone, your mobile device, or whatever, and you can listen to the episode. Now, as far as like content, I usually talk about different subjects. I really don't like getting political because I am a political orphan. If you don't know what that means, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. But nonetheless, I think that browsing Twitter, Facebook, Reddit is a great source for content to basically get a conversation starter going. That's kind of what I'm trying to say here. But nonetheless, don't be afraid to do it. The technical part is the thing you got to learn for, but first and foremost, get it recorded first. I recommend, I use the USB mic by Blue, the Blue Yeti, and I use their Blue, what's it called? It's an arm stand. I forgot the Blue Compass. That's what it's called. Blue Compass. That's the armrest, the mic stand that I'm using. I use either Pro Tools or Adobe Audition just to capture the audio, and then that's it. And make sure the audio doesn't sound like shit, and I just upload it afterward. But check out the podcast, please. I gave you a briefing as to what it is, the history behind it, and it really, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I've had maybe 2 or 3 people that have asked. Well, I've had multiple people that want to be guests on the actual podcast, but also that want to do their own, but they don't know how to go about it in the first place. But my recent claim to fame is I got I had the privilege to do a podcast with Amir Abdullah, who's the former starting running back. Well, one of the former starting running backs for the Detroit Lions. He's still an NFL player now. I don't know who he signed with, but that was fun. And then I have a bunch of other episodes there too that you might want to hear that are pretty fucking deep and funny at the same time. So check it out. I mean, there's no money in it for me. I do it for fun. And if you have any topics that you want me to kind of talk about and kind of shed light on, let me know. I'll do some research and form my own opinion and give it to you on the podcast. So nonetheless, don't hesitate to ask. Sorry. I'm here to help as well because a lot of people are kind of reluctant as to how to do this. But hit me up, man. All right. Check out the podcast. It's on the actual timeline post. And that's it. Check it out.